So to start things off here, I guess, how do you prepare for an opponent that didn't even play a game in the entire month of February?
I was sitting, thinking about them today, and they could have put in 6 or 8 new sets that we've never even seen before, that no one's seen, because they haven't played in a month. So it is very much, in some ways, that we're preparing for a team that we haven't played it, or seen play at all in a long time. So it is what it is. I mean, I'm sure they'll be excited to be playing after their players have been sitting there for basically a month without having a chance to play a game.
We'll swing it over to Paul Jones. Paul, go ahead.
Coach, looking back at the Alabama game, once again, it was just a couple of lulls in offensive production that kind of put y'all in a hole. But when you see this team get in a rhythm on offense, which they've done at times this year and done very well, what sticks out to you as the main point as to why the offense moves better in the rhythm? Is it more passing or more patient, or what do you see?
When we're in a rhythm, I think our best offense comes off of our defense when we get stops. Like the one thing that really hurt us in that last game, we didn't get enough transition baskets, and I thought a lot of that was Alabama doing a great job with their transition D. They missed 44 shots, and yet we only came up with 6 fast break points. So give them credit for really having guys back in their transition. And then in the half-court offense, it's hard because we're playing basically 2 5-men at the same time, so we don't have the spacing that you normally would like to have on offense, and that's hurt us at times. But when we're at our best, we're getting the ball inside and playing inside out.
A follow-up and along those lines, Coach, I know you still got a lot to play for this year, but you mentioned playing 2 5s in the starting lineup with Tolu and Adu. Is that something you see next year moving forward if Adu moves on and Tolu moving to the 5?
Yeah, I mean, that's where he's at his best, but having more space around him to be able to operate, and having a perimeter player at the 4 spot who can stretch the floor and shoot it some.
We'll go to John Sokoloff for a couple. John, go ahead.
Hey, Ben. What do you think the kind of landscape or route would have to be for you guys to get to the NCAA tournament? I know you look at it one day at a time, but just briefly, do you think you guys would have to win out, or what would that kind of look like?
Yeah, we'd have to win the SEC tournament. Yeah, I mean, 4 games in 4 days. That's what it would come down to. That's what it's come down to, I think, for everybody in our league, except for the 6 teams that are pretty much assured to get in as of right now.
Gotcha. And a quick follow-up to that, how would you kind of assess your team's sense of urgency heading into the final stretch of the season?
I think we had a good practice yesterday. I think our guys are excited. We won 2 of our last 3, and we're going to be on the road for the last 2. And it's March now. It's amazing. We've spent the last 9 months between the COVID and everything we've had to do to deal with, to contend with, to get to this point. And we want to finish strong. And we had a good spirited practice yesterday, so I felt good about that.
Thank you.
We'll go back to Paul Jones. Paul, go ahead.
Coach, and you've been coaching a long time, and you've seen freshmen come into this league or there other leagues, and sometimes they hit that freshman wall because it's such a transition for them. How has it been for you coaching this year with them also having to go through COVID measures every week? And I know that's new for everybody, but definitely new for them coming into college for the first time. And you played 3 freshmen a lot of minutes so far.
It's been tough from the standpoint that, these kids haven't had a chance to enjoy, for example, a true home court advantage. They haven't had a chance to, really be together off the floor as much as you would want to have them be because of COVID. You're trying to encourage them to live alone, stay apart. It's hard on everybody, not just our players. I mean, I look at my mom. My mom's 87 years old, lives in a retirement community by herself, and she's had so little contact with anybody in the last year. It's just gut-wrenching and heartbreaking. And our kids, you know, are experiencing the same thing throughout this country. I mean, I'm reading a lot about how, you know, children haven't been able to attend school and how that's affecting them mentally. And you're seeing a lot more anxiety and depression in youngsters, you know, and kids that are, 12 years old and even younger. I've been fortunate that our grandson out in California, Ben the second, he has been able to attend school because he goes to a small Christian school. But I think it's just tough on kids in general, just the lack of, human touch and being around people and enjoying the social parts. And I think it adds obviously to team. And like when we are together, we're forced to be together when we go on the road. I think it's a positive. I mean, I've said that, you know, I mean, like we won 4 road games this year, and part of it is just being together. I think it's something that everybody, is longing for. So hopefully, as the vaccines continue to roll out, we're going to get back to a sense of normalcy here by next fall.